right out. Looks for all intents and purposes like you're going to get your first NFL start. What do you think?
Yeah, really excited. Obviously, me and Ozzy have both been getting prepared for that chance, so I'm ready. And last few weeks, I think, have given me a lot of confidence for it too. So I'm just fired up. It's a great stadium, great challenge with their D line. So yeah, excited.
How can you translate your work as the additional blocker into being the regular right tackle?
We're just getting familiar with NFL defenses, the speed of NFL regular season games, all that stuff translates. And then last week, getting in at right tackle, especially because I've been mostly on the left as camp was kind of winding down and stuff, was nice too.
What's your confidence level heading into Sunday?
Oh, I mean, very high. We all are. I mean, we understand that the work is what gives you that confidence, and we practice hard all week, so it should translate.
Go ahead. Someone would have told you 2 years ago that you were about to start an NFL game. What would you have thought of that?
I would have believed them, you know. That was the plan all along. That was, you know, what I had my eyes fixed on, but I'm not done, you know. This was just the beginning for me. I wanted to get to the point where I would have this opportunity to prove myself.
When you're going up against the Raiders defense, especially with Max Crosby, what's the biggest challenge they present to you guys?
I think their effort level is super high, Max in particular, so it's just being switched on all the time, not letting him kind of lull you into a sleep or feeling comfortable, because that's when boom, he'll hit a counter on you, something you haven't seen, and make you pay. So just staying switched on and understanding that all those guys can hurt you.
You guys had a run game meeting Monday with that defense. What did that do? That weird DeAndre talked about, like, it's the first time something like that had happened and that he thought it was a good thing.
Yeah, we had done a couple of times in camp too, just in terms of meeting as a unit on offense. I think there's a lot of value in that in terms of understanding how we're working 11 as one. You can be more detailed, obviously, in your position group meeting and get more individual coaching, but in terms of assignment, in terms of holding people accountable, I think it really hits home when you have to talk about it in front of the group, when the whole group understands your responsibility on the play, and you know that you have to execute for them even more with them in the room.
Did you look through the run plays just from Sunday or from the season?
Just from last Sunday.
What's the message there?
It's just about, I think, getting back to our fundamentals, our pad level, all of them. I think part of what I want to be as a group is so Ben could show us that each and every one of them that didn't succeed, it was just, you know, one guy out of the 12 taking turns, making a mistake, not being quite right on their fundamentals, and then, you know, if everybody takes a turn on a different play, that's how you get a series of kind of negative runs or runs that don't look like what we know we can do.
11, not 12, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say just growing. Growing, you know, you got to go through some things to learn some things, and I feel like we learned that that's not the type of team we want to be going through those first two games, and you know, obviously seeing the way that we respond about it and seeing what you can do and what we are capable of is just like reinforcing what we know we're about and what we can do. So I feel like everyone's motivated by that, and you know, just to keep building that high note, and to go into the bye week with 2-2.
How much workload do you think you can handle?
In what terms? In what terms?
Oh, in terms of like time, like how much we talked about ramping up, like how much workload you can handle right now. That's the thing.
As much as I can.
How did you try to stay engaged and maybe like help coach up Nick while he was filling in for you and things like that?
Yeah, I feel like just, especially everybody, not even just me, but in the locker room or in the team meeting room, you know, just being able to talk about what we see, how he sees it. I'd be like, sometimes I ask him like, oh, did you see that? How I think I would see that, and just kind of agreeing on the same thing. Like, yeah, that's how I play it. That's how you would play, and then talking about the film, what we're gonna get, stuff like that. So definitely just discuss how we see the game and the opponent.
How'd you think he did while he was there?
Yeah, he's been good the whole entire time. I feel like there's been no drop off at all, you know, for him, and communication with our other teammates and stuff like that. Standard hasn't dropped, and he's played to it, so I commend him for that. Yeah, he's a good player, so definitely like him out there.
Kind of hours.
I guess you're saying him just being a receiver threat, you know, more than just a blocking tight end or a bigger dude, just being able to get out and get vertical, and try to be a vertical threat.
Do you have to treat him more as a slot receiver than a tight end?
Yeah, you can. You know, you definitely just have to respect the fact that he can go out there and use his speed and play more like a receiver than more of a bigger tight end. So that's what I would say about him.